the coaches I've contacted have sort of landed between maybe it's time we reconsider the tradition of the handshake line versus maybe it's time to reevaluate coaches, reestablishing their responsibility in terms of code of conduct, right? That rubs off on players potentially. I'll throw it out and see if you have any feedback you'd like to offer with regard to those two situations and just the idea in general.
Yeah, I'm not one of the ones that is going to knee-jerk reaction and say we can throw away the handshake line. I loved what one of the players tweeted out today because I never would have able to told this other player how hard he played and how tough he was if it wasn't for the handshake line. I've been coaching for 30 years, and a lot of these coaches has. It's not easy to go shake somebody's hand when you just lost a game. I mean, you feel gut wrenched, especially on close games, especially on games that have so much meaning in February. It's not easy. But what are you always telling your guys? We got to handle adversity. You got to react, when things don't go your way. So I don't like the message that the way to respond is avoid it. I don't think avoid is the way to handle a problem. All right, let's handle this problem by avoiding it. I don't believe in that. And that's my take on it.
Are there things that can you provide context into some of the things that fans or even media don't understand about that process? Is it harder than it looks to sort of put away your feelings about something that's just occurred over 2 hours of combat? And B, I know it's a sporty thing to do. I get it on the surface, but you guys make it probably look easier than it really is.
True. It's not easy. But a lot of things in life aren't easy. You don't understand what it's like unless you're in that seat as a head coach. Even assistant coaches just don't know what it's like. I remember Drew Valentine calling me after his first loss. Brian Mullins did. And I'll bet you every assistant that took over somewhere and had their first job called their mentor and said, "Oh my God, I had no idea what you were going through on how you take each loss almost way more personal than an assistant does."
Right.
Not to say the assistants don't take losses hard, but it's just different as the head coach. So to do that, it's not easy. And then you don't know the backstory. There might be some things in the recruiting process that have gone on. There might that nobody knows about. There might have been a recruiting battle that got testy. You don't know those things. So it's you want to win so bad. The games are meaningful. There might have been something going on. I'm not saying that in that case. I'm just saying in general.
Right.
That it becomes, it's not easy. But life's not easy. You do it. I'll tell you a really good one. And I texted him, and he's a friend of mine. You tell me it was hard for Chris Beard to walk up and shake hands with Mark Adams at home after that loss, and he stopped and he congratulated him, and he did that. I can't imagine how hard that was, that loss for Chris. I know. I mean, I get it. I've played my old school before, much less in that venue on that stage with those circumstances. You know how hard it was for Chris to do that? Not easy.
Right.
So I think I just don't think how you handle problems is avoiding them. I don't think that's the answer is to avoid it.
Mike, on a topic not about this game, I'm sure you saw the Michigan stuff yesterday. What are your thoughts on that? And are you concerned with any kind of handshake lines? Not that there was any issues tonight, but I mean.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had an issue in the handshake line. I've been around basketball since I was 6 years old. My stance on the whole thing, and obviously the leaders in that situation have spoken. I'm pretty sure everybody saw it. It's been a punishment handed out. As coaches, we have an obligation to be above, the fray and to steer clear of anything that would show that we shouldn't be leaders of young people. And I don't think either one of the coaches are absolved of responsibility there, to be honest. Obviously, Juwan was the more aggressive of the two head coaches, but neither one of them were representative of what I hope to show when I'm in this position, is that young men are supposed to be able to look up to us as an example. And, neither one of them did that in that situation.
Mike, players, coaches, it seems there's just been a proliferation of these incidents lately, and not to put you on the spot, but you've been inkling as to why maybe it's cropped up this year in the past season?
No, I don't know. And I don't know, I don't know if I'm aware of that many. Obviously, I'm aware of the one with ORU a week or two ago. I can't remember exactly when it was, but I don't know of a ton of them. It doesn't happen very often. It's just, I think that's just the facts. Now, I think people just have to be more responsible. I mean, we're in positions where, there's a lot of stress and pressure on these jobs. I get that, but never ever should a coach display that kind of behavior. It just shouldn't happen. And that's it. There's no excuse. It's black and white on this one. There's no excuse for that behavior. It shouldn't stop us from being able to say, hey, Scott Drew, it sucked for me to lose tonight, but good luck to your team, man.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.